Yeah. Coco and Jenn, they're on the mic, talking about ghosts, keeping it tight. Mothman sightings in the night, crime and scares, they bring a fright. Sassy and hot, they're on fire. Every story, they lift you higher. Opinions strong, don't ever tire. Tune in now, you might inquire. Coco and Jenn, opinionated queens, talking about the eerie scenes, scary things, they own the night. Podcast vibes, feeling right.
I was jamming.
Shut up, Sean. Shut up, Sean.
Everyone was jamming but you, Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah, what up, Sean?
Shut up. Hello, everybody.
I prefer Mikey's guitar.
Hello.
Shut
Hell
up,
yeah.
Sean. So, Sean does not think our intro song is very good. So, anyways, welcome to the Vodcast. I call it Vodcast. Coco calls
I
it
hate that.
It's a video Vodcast. Anyways, tonight we have Mikey Bowser, Sean Bowman, Bump in the Night Society. I might know these guys. I don't know.
It's a little bit.
Just a little bit. I don't know Sean at all. So tonight we're talking about Bellaire, Ohio. It's a spooky fucking place.
Yo, home to Bellaire.
Yes. Mikey loves Bellaire, especially the Bellaire house. I mean, I enjoy Bellaire, but definitely creepy vibes. So right away, first topic we're going to jump into is going to be the Devil of Bellaire. But before we start that, if you guys want to each say something real quick, introduce yourselves officially. I'm sure people know who you are already, but go ahead, Mikey first, then Sean.
Something real quick. How to be Jag. Yeah, Mikey, Bump in the Night Society. Excited for this. Excited to talk about my favorite location of all time. Talk about some spooky. Are we allowed to swear?
I fucking said fuck like 5 times.
You always say it, so I just didn't notice. Spooky shit. Back to you, Sean.
I know, I don't know which way to
Over to you. I know.
Okay.
Like a
Sean.
Brady Bunch over here. What up, Sean Bowman, Bowman the Night Society owner and lead investigator, and we're here to talk about some stuff.
Sean, your audio sucks, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I can barely
talk louder.
It's
You
like
don't have
it is
earbuds
like you're
in,
doing
huh?
an Estes method.
I do have
Oh, you do have earbuds in. It's just low.
Yeah, when Sean first got on, he was like laying back, stretching his back, and like we were talking about, yes, that is what he looks like during every SD session that I've ever been witness to. And when we go live, it looks like he's asleep and or dead. But there are times he's admitted to me, like, I was asleep.
Yeah, definitely at the Hinsdale house.
100%.
Took a little nap in his though.
No, I get it though, because I mean, it gets to be like 4 a.m. and you're like, oh yeah, let me do the SDs, and it's just like pass out.
Yeah,
Mikey got us up at 4 a.m. doing a podcast right now.
You just got loud for a second, and then it went
you
away.
did. Yeah, it went
You're
away.
like, ah. Okay.
Yeah, don't blame me. Blame my 3-year-old child that's sleeping.
Yes, we are starting late because of Mikey, but you know, whatever.
It's because of my
It's
son.
okay.
It's Leo's fault.
It is.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's
Blame
all
the
right.
kid.
Okay.
He can't talk that well yet.
All right.
Which
So
means he can't defend himself, so it's all his fault.
it's his dad's fault. Okay. Coco.
Yes, that's me.
All right. So let's dive into the Devil of
Yes,
Bellaire.
the Devil of Bellaire. I'm gonna go through everything. I'm gonna read the whole story about Nathan Brooks, and then we'll get into some more of the gory details. The year was 1995, and 17-year-old Nathan Brooks faced severe personal struggles leading to unimaginable actions. Actions against his parents. He struggled with inner demons, resulting in a horrific incident involving his father and his mother. He shot his father in the head 3 times at point-blank range with a hunting rifle, decapitated him with a hacksaw, and then put his head in a punch bowl. His mother he stabbed and axed to a bloody pulp. His brother was the one to find these remains. Nathan remains an inmate at London Correctional Facility in London, Ohio. He will not be eligible for parole consideration until 2038, following the completion of 43 years of his sentence. In addition to his parents, Nathan reportedly had a list of 16 individuals he intended to harm, his brother being the primary target that evening, but thankfully his brother wasn't home. Reports indicated Nathan's possible involvement with a satanic cult, as evidenced by all the images that he kept in his bedroom. The night of the murders, Nathan allegedly exhumed multiple graves at a nearby cemetery, which I couldn't find the name of the cemetery anywhere. Maybe one of you guys know. Nathan has yet to provide a clear explanation for his actions, other than beyond him hating his father for, your typical parent reasons. But it was suggested that his father had a history of substance abuse, being an alcoholic, and then in turn being verbally abusive towards Nathan. So that could have drove Nathan to do the unimaginable, but he's never really come out and said, this is why everything happened that night. So but yeah, that's the full story of Nathan Brooks and the night that Halloween, or the year that Halloween was canceled.
Yeah, they
So
canceled it. I think I read that they canceled it because they thought maybe somebody else was working with him. They were
yeah, that
very
that there was
nervous.
other people involved, and that more stuff might happen given the satanic nature of things, and then Halloween coming around, and it was just wanted to keep everybody safe as possible, I guess.
And that's kind of one of the reasons why I think people like Kristen Lee, that owns the Bellaire house, get so much shit for her location. People in that town are just very, nervous about anything like this, because that is a pretty brutal fucking crime. He didn't just kill his parents.
Yeah.
He cut his dad's head off. That is hardcore. I actually found a video online, and it was an interview with somebody who used to ride the school bus with Nathan. So I'm going to play that real quick.
On September 30th, 1995, it was an unforgettable.
Oh,
That was
That
quick.
was real quick.
yeah. Thanks, Jen. Thanks for the information.
Hey,
I didn't get a whole lot out of that one right there.
shut up. It was the wrong video. Hold on. I got to find
I was going to say, I recognize that one, though.
Yeah, that was Sean Austin's, but what's this one? This the one? I think this. No, that's not it. Give me a second, guys. I literally prepared 5 minutes before this.
I'm gonna take a nap. Wake me up when you're
You
ready.
do you, boo. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Go ahead,
Sean's
Sean.
doing the Estes
Let's
again.
go.
list.
Well, that was scary because they didn't release the names at first, and then there was small town rumors. Well, there was multiple lists, and but we're not going to tell you who's on the list. And then there was rumors he was going to shoot up, the Burger King or something. So I mean, it was crazy.
At this point, have you heard any details of exactly what he did to his parents? I'm sure you have, but talk about what you have heard and your thoughts and feelings on what actually happened that night.
Well, my understanding was he was doing it for a ritual. He needed blood, and I know that he shot his dad and decapitated him and had his head in a punch bowl and tried to disembowel his mom, was my understanding of it. And then, but he had plans to kill his brother too, but his brother wasn't home. He couldn't find his brother. So that was, but then on the list, I guess his plan was to do it in intervals, kill so many people one night and so many people the next night, kind of thing. But his plan got all kiboshed.
I know. Well, obviously as a 17-year-old, it's not well thought out, and you don't think about ramifications and.
Well, right, your brain isn't even fully developed. So, cognitively, you're not even processing you know, if I murder my parents, oh, I'm going to have freedom now, or I'm going to, you know, be closer to, in his mind, Satan. But, I mean, that didn't go the way that he thought it was going to go at all.
I know. I reached out to the prison. The prison he's at, it's like maybe an hour outside of Columbus, and I reached out to him, and they asked him if he wanted to do an interview, and he turned me down because I think he's up for parole in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
So this is going to, I know what he's obviously trying to do is stay low key, hoping that he can get out. That guy can never get out, and I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either, but that's another reason why I wanted my, you know, for safety purposes, because if he remembers, then it's too uncomfortable for me for that. And the whole thing was just unnerving. You know, for me, the pictures that you have printed off from the newspaper from around, I honestly, when I look at him at his age now, it doesn't faze me at all. But when I see those pictures from the, you know, the time frame, it like brings back the memories instantly, and it terrifies. Like that same feeling is there because that's who I remember. And the craziest thing for me was, you know, I didn't know his name. He's on my bus, you know. But for me, I didn't realize, like, when the next morning after, you know, when the news got out about the murders and everyone's like, oh, you know, this is what happened, he did this and that. It didn't register to me. You know, I didn't think, oh, that's that, you know, kid I rode the bus with. Didn't even think about it. It wasn't until I saw the pictures in the newspaper and on the news where it was like everything just rushed at me at once and it all came together. And I'm like, I was terrified.
What do you remember saying to your parents and others about that after you realized that you rode the bus with him?
I didn't talk about it. I didn't want any attention. I didn't want anyone to ask me about it. I didn't want anyone worried about me. I didn't bring it up. I just wanted it out, like gone. Totally repressed it because it was the vibe and the feeling that he gave off. You know, I'm a 9-10-year-old kid. I have never in my life came across someone whose energy was so dark, so heavy, so it would make like the hairs on your neck stand up instant. Something was off, gut feeling, intuition kicked in, like stay away from this guy, steer clear of him.
He looks like a creepy motherfucker.
Yeah, that was.
Hey, I'm not talking shit. I'm not talking shit. He's gonna be out of jail, possibly. I'm good.
Like he might see this, and then...
Yeah,
like a young Mikey out there.
So that's Scare Network TV. In case anybody wants to go and check that out. But yeah, I think he was just up for parole recently. Like that probably was a couple of years ago. Because I mean, I was like, "There's no way in hell."
I think it was
No, it said 2038 that he was eligible for a parole hearing. Oh,
prior to that, like
yeah, I think it was in September of this year.
I think it was 2024, and they probably were like, "Fuck no, this guy's crazy." You know, why would you?
Allegedly, I'm not talking shit still.
Why would you? Hello, Michelle. Why would you even let somebody out like that? I don't care, 17 or not. You know, I have a 17-year-old daughter. You know, if she did that to me and her dad, I'd appreciate it if they didn't let her out of jail because she would need to be there. You know, that would make me very uncomfortable to be there. Does anybody know what happened to his brother?
I actually read an article. I don't know what happened to him afterwards, but I read an article where it said he did try to call him that night and coax him to come home.
Jeez.
And he was staying at a friend's house, and he actually went over to the friend's house and carved into the wall or the outside wall of the friend's house. I forget what he carved. I think like something like "Our parents are dead" or something. Like I can't remember exactly what it was.
Wow.
But yeah.
Yeah, that whole case I don't know. That just, it's disturbing. So like when you think about Bellaire, I don't know about you guys, but like when I don't know, it's like I'm on the interstate and when I enter Bellaire, I've said this to Sean before, it's kind of like a dark cloud kind of is just goes over you. I don't know what's up with that town and why it's so creepy. Because I mean, literally, Moundsville's right across the river. Moundsville has West Virginia Penitentiary. Everybody knows about that place. Very, intimidating building. Still don't get the same vibes in Moundsville that I get in Bellaire. Bellaire just feels very cursed and haunted. Which leads us, we can dive into a little bit of the Bellaire house. Mikey loves the Bellaire house. I enjoy the Bellaire house too, but Mikey loves it on like a spiritual level. That is that is his
Mikey
place.
loves it on a sexual level.
Yes. He's just in the corner.
Get that song going. That intro song.
He goes in and he just caresses.
He's like, I'm going to go up in the attic and do an experiment.
Yeah. I want to call his crawl space and do an Estes method.
He's just
unlike Sean, I'm not falling asleep. I'm doing something else, baby.
He's like dry humping all the walls.
You know it.
So I want Mikey to talk about the Bellaire house, but I also want Sean to talk about something fucking crazy that he had happen the first time he ever went there after Mikey's done. So take it away.
All right. Well, I'm gonna probably butcher the years, but the Bellaire house, it was the first house that was built in Bellaire. It was by Jacob Hetherington. So there were two families that founded Bellaire. There was the Hetherington family and the Davis family. I don't remember the first name of the Davis gentleman, but so the house itself, it was the Hetherington household, and it was supposedly Jacob had a mule named Jack, and they always referred to it as the house that Jack built because he supposedly helped build the foundation, carry blocks and whatnot. And so I'm trying to remember exactly the timeline. I know that Jacob had passed away, and I believe they didn't have kids, if I remember correctly. And so his niece, I believe she was, like I said, I'm going to butcher it because I haven't looked it up in forever. I should have looked it up ahead of time, but I'm living that single dad life, so it's kind of rough.
That's all right. That's all right. We forgive you.
Excuses.
Yeah, it's even rough to like take a poop, let alone you do any research. But his niece lied, inherited it. And it was her and her brother Edwin that lived there for a while. Lyde ended up passing away of a heart attack abruptly in the living room area, or what is now the seance room. And so her brother was very distraught from that. And he would bring in mediums and all these different people who, some were probably charlatans, some were probably legitimate mediums, and they would try to open portals and do different seances and different methods to try to bring Lyde back because he just really wanted to reach the other side so he could talk to his sister again. And there's a theory or a hypothesis that a lot of that action opened portals throughout the house. On top of that, there is also supposedly a Native American burial ground nearby. And there were also supposedly mining accidents that have happened. Even, I want to say the house was built in 1862, if I remember correctly. I don't remember the years of the mining accidents, but supposedly there were two pretty tragic mining accidents that occurred. And so there a lot of negative stuff. I think a lot of negative stuff, and we picked it up on our first investigation, which we did a documentary, Possessed and Oppressed, in a town called Bellaire. But a lot of that, I think energy also comes from the town itself. I know next door there was, some stuff that happened. I won't go into detail. And I think a lot of that energy carried over into the Bellaire house as well. And it just kind of feeds it and just, makes a ball of just negative energy. And then, but one of the big bads is Emily Davis. She's one of the house spirits. She was supposedly, I don't know the relation to the initial Davis that founded the Bellaire house. I think she was like a cousin or something. But it's believed that she did, frequent the house and would run around the house and, do little girl things. But not much is known. But a lot of the times, and it wasn't just us, it's a lot of investigators go in there and they interact with Emily. And she interacts as the little girl, but then she also interacts as a man. So you'll hear like, I'm Emily. And then you'll hear, I'm Emily coming through devices, showing up just on your camera audio. That's the thing. The Bellaire house, it's different than a lot of places because you may leave there thinking, oh, we got a little bit of stuff. There was a little bit of interaction, but then you review your footage and you hear voices that you didn't hear live. One in particular, I think, my ex, and then also Sean and Jen. We had a double date in the basement, and we were doing a session down there, and we had no equipment on except for the camera. And Sean, it was my first time there, and Sean couldn't remember. Neither of us could remember who Emily Davis was. And Sean just asked me, wasn't Emily Davis, wasn't Emily the mother of the Hetheringtons? And I was like, no, Emily was. And I paused, and then you hear a voice come in, and it's a man's voice, and it goes, I'm Emily. And it's clear as day. No equipment was running. It just showed up on my camera. And we had that numerous times. Like I remember in the attic, I think at one point, Jen, I think you bent over to get a piece of equipment, and it sounded like a voice behind the camera. You heard, oh, and then shortly after, I went to sit down, and as I'm sitting down, you hear, oh yeah. So it's very sexual.
It was the Kool-Aid man.
Bust through the wall.
I thought it was just John commenting like, yeah, get down on it. No, that's the thing. A lot of people think, oh, we didn't get much activity. And a lot of the times you don't on the first night. That's why it's always recommended to go 2 nights. Because a lot of the times, and our friend Frater Crow said this, and I think he said it the best way, is the first night, it's like the house studies you. And then the second night is when it lashes out. And I'll leave that to transition to Sean and his first time at the Bellaire house, where the little girl wasn't a little girl.
Well, I have a question for you, Mikey. If you're a cat, can you meow?
Shut up.
You want to say that one, Jen?
Shut up.
I smell cat piss.
Yeah, we were in the basement, and I'm like, it smells like cat piss, which, like, apparently there was a cat, unfortunately, that was killed in the basement. And I'm so stupid. I was just like, and I thought it was Sean that said it for the longest time, but I was like, if you're a cat, can you meow? They caught it on camera. Like, I mean, I don't know if it could understand me, but
the cat spirit.
Yeah, she tried blaming it on me.
I'm like, that was Sean. They're like, actually, Mikey's like, roll that beautiful footage.
Yeah, roll that beautiful bean footage.
This is footage you need to have ready to.
Oh, it's in the documentary. It's in the documentary. Yeah, Possessed and Oppressed in a Town Called Bellaire. Check it out.
On YouTube.
Camera work is shit, but the evidence is awesome. But all no, right. I think in your defense though, Jen, it did actually show up because that was one of the disembodied voices that we got in the seance room. Was there was a cat that was meowing, but no one heard it live. I think on Tom was running a ghost app, and it said cat at one point while it was meowing. And then, Kristen told us the story later that kids broke into the house at one point and put the cat in one of the cabinets down in the basement. And she was away, and she didn't find it for a couple weeks and ended up passing away in the cabinet.
Yeah.
Pity.
I know. All right, Sean, tell your creepy ass story.
I'm not just make like a recording of this story since I tell it so many damn times.
Say it real loud. Say it real loud.
Scream it. Scream it. Scream it.
Well, we were doing an SD session in the living room or whatever you want to call it there. And it was me and Freighter Crow was the one actually doing the SDs on the ground. And the guy behind him, who real name actually is James, his nickname is Eddie, which coincides with James and Edwin from the actual Bellaire house. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it's weird that it actually like kind of picked on him. He started crying, and like I said, Freighter was under, so he didn't know what was going on. So we like took him out of it, and we're like, "What the fuck is going on with him?" You know. We brought him outside. Me and April were holding his hand like outside, and they're trying to bless him, and they were saging him and holy water and all that stuff. And he started like laughing at us, and he also was like humming like a railroad, like an old school like slave type of tune, or whatever, you know. But then when we brought him back in, we did some ceremony, and during the ceremony, like candles were flickering. The main one in the middle of the room kept going like, and then went completely out. And me and April, who were holding his hand still or whatever, we heard like "Get Out" come from behind him, and he kept saying it's not a little girl, and it's walking up the walls, and coming down the hallway, and yeah, you could tell like everybody was scared at the table. And I actually, after the thing was over, like I called Jen because I had to go use the bathroom. I didn't want to go use the bathroom by myself, so I called her.
Like get that paranormal poop gun.
That's like the only time I actually ever been scared on an investigation.
Yeah. I mean, we've stayed there for entire weekends, which, like you said, is cool because like they do like study you the first night. There's a second documentary on our, YouTube page, which is from the Friendsgiving that we had there the first time, and April was off the chain.
I forgot about that.
To put it mildly,
licking Phil's head and everything else.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know what was going on, but we like put her on TikTok live. We got like, I think it was like 100,000 likes and stuff. Like it was crazy because she was just, she was just, yeah, I don't want to say crazy, but yeah.
They started
like,
flicking the lights off or whatever too.
Yeah, the lights flickered, like turned on and off. It was almost like they were like knock it off. She was hitting the spirit box, like pretending like she was calling somebody, and all of a sudden a ring, like something like was ringing, or like a dial tone. It was crazy. I have never really physically been touched by anything except in the Bellaire house. Marcus, that used to own Greenville Manor, he was down there doing that. I think Mikey was down there, Sean was down there, Marcus, and myself. And it felt like something pushed me like in my back enough to make me kind of unsteady. Like I kind of went forward. At the same time that happened, though, Marcus said the same thing happened to him, and Sean felt like something from above, because the like ceiling was kind of low, like poked him in the top of the head. It was all at the same time.
That's so weird.
That was actually my wiener. I got all three of you guys at once.
He was like, go, wiener.
That's impressive.
Wiener.
I try.
That ain't what I've heard.
Yeah. I didn't say it was a big thing attacking everybody. I just said it's quick. It's quick.
But yeah, like that, I don't know. Like I mean, it has such a reputation. People like to throw like the demon word around, and it certainly likes it. I feel like the spirits there like to play on that. They're like, oh yeah, because they'll say demon like a ton of times, and it's like, is it really a demon? But it's definitely not. It's not something good. But like we've talked about before, just because something's bad or a bad spirit doesn't mean it's a demon. I mean, there's bad people in life and there's bad people in death. And some of these spirits are assholes. They were assholes in life, or they might have been murderers or whatever. So I don't know what it is. I'm not, God or whatever higher being somebody might believe in.
You kind of look like God right
You're
now.
not?
With those ears and everything.
Yes.
Like, that's what I picture God to be.
Mothman is God.
Yes. But definitely something dark, obviously. And I've also heard Emily come through with that deep voice. There was a time where she came through saying she was Emily, and I was like, the fuck you are, because I don't sound like no Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're a grown-ass man.
I think because likely do Friendsgiving again, I'm assuming, this year. I think after
Let's
that,
do
that's
Christmas, I think,
okay. We're doing
because it was booked already for November.
Belmas. I don't know what we call it. We'll come up with a cool name, but I wanted to get the footage that we have from all three of those and including the documentary and try to see if what all correlates. Because I know we've had Emily come through numerous times. And I want to see.
You got to come through at other locations too.
We have, yeah. But I also want to see if Moloch has ever come through again, because that was one of the big things that happened the first time I was there through an Ovulus. And Moloch's one of the 7 angels that fell from heaven with Lucifer. And it came through in Edwin's room. And Ovulus, I question a lot of the stuff. I think we all do. But the Ovulus is like a pre-programmed computer thing where it has a pre-programmed dictionary of 500 words. And I kind of think a lot of it's bullshit, because it'll be like, I'm crying, help me, I'm dead, like the normal bullshit. Then it's the same with the ghost apps. Like when it says that shit, I don't believe it.
Shut your horrid ass mouth.
Hey, I'm gonna let me take it to the next step. Now, when it says shit that is not pre-programmed, that's completely relevant to the location or an individual that's investigating, then I kind of believe it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And when it said Moloch, I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, like
might have
why is
pooped
that
myself
even
a little bit.
like why is that even programmed in there? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
or when it said McKeesport, we're a Dead Man's Hollow, or when you guys we were all Dead Man's Hollow that time. That was during the public. When they would say stuff like that, it's like, okay, that's legit. That's something coming through.
Yeah, I still like the Spirit Box the best though.
Yeah,
and I know.
Yeah, that S box, baby, go stop.
Yeah,
that's S box tattoo, Mikey.
Right here. So I can look at it when I'm doing things,
Not really rev your engine.
He's like, I'm gonna talk to the spirits.
That's what they're calling it these days.
Just get that energy going,
So
for the whole 2 seconds.
If you go there at Christmas time, I need to stop by.
Hell yeah. You better be dressed like Santa, and you better come down that sketchy ass chimney.
Dressed like Krampus.
Right in the altar room. Altar room.
But I need to bring Coco with me because she's never experienced the Bellaire house. So
just don't get possessed. That's all.
She already lives in a haunted house.
I do.
He already is possessed.
I've talked to
that too.
I've talked.
I know you need to come over and do an actual investigation here. We've done mini investigations, but we've there's been some weird shit that's happened here.
Yeah, we'll just be on FaceTime and a shadow will just go past her and or she's caught shit she has cameras in her kitchen. She caught something that went up into the ceiling, just weird shit.
Yeah, it was so weird. I mean, you've had an experience here, the same weekend that Mickey was here.
Yes, I had something wake me up. I was there.
Voices, right?
Yeah, it said my name, which I hate when they do that when I'm sleeping. Leave me alone when I'm sleeping. They'll and at the same time, Mickey had issues too, because she had come in, because this was right before Sean and I had gotten married, and she came in and she got to Corey's house because she was staying there. And she was in the guest room and she heard talking, and she's like, oh, Jen must be here talking to Corey. Mm-hmm. And at that point, she went to check, and I think you were sleeping, Corey. And
I was in my room, and I think she came downstairs because she thought me and you were down here talking.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
And nobody here.
Yeah. And so yeah, that, and then the next day or whatever, I was sleeping. Now, granted, I had a few drinks that night, but still, I've had this happen to me before where things will wake me up. And, I've done spirit box stuff at your house. I did Estes at your house. Mm-hmm. We've had things talk about Penny. Somebody named Teresa came through. So
that day that you did that, it said Penny's name, it said my name, and it said Teresa, which we assumed Teresa was the person here with us.
Yeah. And then you've seen something in the basement, right?
I've seen several shadow figures around my house. in various places. Like the one in the basement I actually felt because it was
Yeah.
behind me. The other ones I just saw often.
I'm watching the background now in your screen to see if anything comes through while we're.
Oh, I know. It's
Spinning
been
around.
weird. It happened with Jen and it happened with another friend that we were on FaceTime, and like I saw it and then they saw it, that like this flash or this shadow just like went like right across me. And it was just the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in where like my bedroom was. It's not that like it could have been a car light or anything. Like there wasn't anything that could have caused it. So
Well,
strange.
I've felt like something definitely in the spare room area. I've felt something up there when I've like been up there going to the bathroom or whatever. I mean, I used the bathroom. I didn't pee in your spare room.
Oh, thank you.
But
She might have taken a crap. She's
Right,
That's where Penny usually does.
yeah.
but
She
then
just
when
blamed it on Penny.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
oh, your dog pooped. I was in your basement because she boards animals at her house, and she has like a finished basement. But there's like the main area, but then there's like this back area, and that's where like is it your like tool?
Yeah, like right at that tool bench. That's where I felt the shadow figure that day.
Yeah, I went down there. I was down there by myself one time, like, you know, and this is after I knew you said that. I'm just like, just knock it off. If you're down here, don't fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I ain't fucking dealing with this today. I always tell them,
where the tools are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I fit right in. I'll have to investigate there sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do the animals react to anything?
Penny does a lot of like staring. I don't know if she's actually seeing stuff or she's just like has dementia 'cause she's old. But none of the like animals that I've boarded I've noticed be weird or anything.
Well, you had that one dog that is like near death and wears a diaper and is blind.
Yeah. Aw.
She's so sweet, but she like isn't a playpen. I don't think she'd know what the hell was going on.
I know. They probably like messed with her.
I know. She's probably like
or she's just messing with herself because she's old and near death.
Oh, poor little Eva.
Yeah,
she's like a little poodle thing.
I know. It's like it's very pitiful. Like I feel bad.
I know.
She's so sweet, but she's so old and geriatric. It's but yeah. Yeah. So going over to talking about Bellaire House, as we're doing our tour of Bellaire. There is another location. We love Cindy. She owns the Ross House and the antique shop. I actually got my bed frame here from the antique shop. So I never can remember any of the history though. Do you guys, Sean, do you remember the history of the Ross House?
Nope.
Sean, you had one job.
I know.
I thought you were our Ross House.
I literally told him.
I don't know why I'm the Ross House expert over here.
He's like, nope.
I was trying to give you a job.
You had one job. One job.
I know that
did not come prepared.
I know that there's like spirits. There's spirits of what was his name because of the Z. He's like a he was a miner or something, and he doesn't like women.
No,
you sure you're talking about Zed? Zed was
no. Zed Hensel. You're talking about like I thought it was an A, like an Alfonso or something like that.
Alfred Zillanelli.
Arturo.
Yeah, that's it. Something
like that.
Similar to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was Alfred though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Alfred Zakanaki. I don't know what it is, guys. Don't quote me.
Alfred Zakanaki.
Yeah, but
it's all right. I'm Irish. I can make Italian jokes. That makes no sense at all.
Wait, what?
But yeah, so Zillanelli. I don't know, guys. It's gonna bother me now. Like, okay.
Yeah, it was definitely Alfred though. I do remember that.
Yeah.
But there's also like a haunted dolls. One leg peg. What the hell was that?
One leg peg.
I don't
What?
know. Was that something like acid reflex? Or
Growling.
was that like
Yeah,
It sounded like a growl.
Well, I just yawned and I might have made it at the end of it.
It was
I
like
don't
a
know.
growl.
Yeah, it was like a growling
It came from
I didn't hear it.
It came from your camera.
Yeah.
Maybe it's your
Telling you,
ghost.
Her head's gonna start spinning around.
Projectile vomiting.
Gonna start like levitating off.
No.
Just
I didn't hear it.
keep the camera rolling, if so.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course.
It was pretty loud, but
What was
That's
that
weird.
movie or whatever where they were all like Skyping and all of them started getting possessed? Remember? Jen?
Oh yeah,
Horror movie.
it was. I can't remember what it's called, but it was like they were all on Zoom or whatever it was, and they all were getting murdered.
was that?
Oh,
Yeah, that was
Unfriended.
Unfriended.
I hope that
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be
But
down.
Jen, going back to Alfred, I think I don't remember-
Zaccanini?
Zaccanini, mamma mia. But he the original owner, I believe, I don't remember his name, I guess had an affair with Alfred's wife while he was working.
Huh.
And then Alfred, I think, killed the owner and then killed himself. I think that's what the story was.
Damn.
Yeah.
Don't quote us on this. But
Sean, you failed.
We're just
One
making
job.
everything up as we go.
I know. We're like earlier, we're like,
Wait.
Sean, you cover the Ross house. Give us some facts. Okay.
He's like, okay.
Way to go.
This is just like
I
when we
got
had
this.
this is like when we had the convention and I wrote everybody a script and Sean's like, I'm not reading that fucking script. And then we get up there and he's like, so you got any questions for me? I'm like, just read the fucking script. He's like, I didn't bring it.
Oh my god. Okay, so the Ross house we've investigated a few times. We've had some publics there. We've had some interaction. I'm hoping when I go back again, I'll get even more. I know a lot of people have had. I even think like I almost said Garrett Frater. I think he's had some decent interaction. I know Christopher Lee.
He was just there or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Christopher Lee has had some good interaction there. So maybe I need to go back with one of them.
I don't know. I mean, we had something. I was only there during the public, but we had something in the basement. Everybody was in Alfred's room in that living room area, and my group that I had with like my family members were down in the basement, and we were doing a spirit box session, but on AM. And I was like, if we go upstairs, is Alfred going to be there? And a voice came through. Like these were like two of the clearest ones, but my camera timed out. Like it was just like my shitty camera, and it only films for like 15 minutes, then times out, and then goes again. And it timed out when it happened, unfortunately. But it said something like, I said, if we go upstairs, is Alfred going to interact with us? Yes, he is. And I was like, all right. And I forget. Another question I asked, and it was a real clear response, but everybody was bullshitting in that room. I'm like, can they just fucking leave so we can like Alfred's up there?
You guys
There
was in the bathroom too, didn't you?
Yeah, baby. I always get something in the bathroom.
It's called
grab
poop.
you or something in the bathroom.
No. Oh no, I remember that. No. I was taking a piss. And I heard like a voice whisper in my ear, and so I did a spirit box session while I was peeing, and I forget what it said, but everyone, when I played it back for everybody, because I recorded it on my phone because I didn't have my cameras on me, they said it sounded like my voice coming through the spirit box.
We we did like a triple Estes. It was like Sean, myself, and I think Matt from Hallowview, and Sean and I were going back and forth, but I can't remember I can't remember exactly what was said, but it said something like, Sean, didn't you say something like huge or something like that? And I was like, that's a big boy. And we're like, is he talking about, is he talking about Sean? A big boy.
Did it mention anything about calves?
No. I know. But
it wasn't Sean then.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was
Wasn't
big
Sean.
boy.
But yeah, it was funny because it happened like one after the other. Like it was like, I'm like, it had to have like gone to get,
Yeah.
But I don't think Matt got much of anything, but him and I were, and like Sean has said before, like when you're doing SDs and if you have like kind of like a bond with somebody, it seems like it goes better. Like I know Garrett and Mikey, I know you've done them together. At the time that I got told I was gonna get punched in the face at the Octagon House.
Yeah.
But you guys were like going back and forth, it just, I don't know. I don't know if there's like a connection or something, I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't know. I'm just Mothman.
You're not?
Okay. So we are down to like our last 14 minutes because I'm fucking tired. So
Sorry.
it's no, it's
Okay.
okay. It's
It's
all right.
okay.
It's all right.
We survived.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm changing
It's
my
not
little
over yet.
banner. The fishbowl. It's time for the fishbowl. Yay.
It's time.
Okay, so we have no idea what the hell is going to come out of this, but she will pick a topic, she will read it, and we will
I'm gonna pick.
discuss. Okay.
You want to pick? All right, go ahead.
I'm trying to pick.
She's really messing
Okay.
I can hear
The
it.
I
anticipation.
am. I wanted to make sure it was one of the ones that I just put in there, not one of the old ones.
Yeah. some of my
Okay.
old ones are-
Well, this is a good one because we kind of, you had mentioned a little bit. Thoughts on demons?
Okay, I'll let our co-hosts go first.
Which one?
Mikey.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I think it just depends on your belief system in general, and that's the same with just spirits and energy. I think there's definitely something we're interacting with. Freighter just came in.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, I mean, I obviously,
You
Think
were-
of the
you were-
devil and he shall appear.
Yes.
yeah.
You came at the right time.
But yeah, I think
That's what she said.
yeah. I think like Jen mentioned it earlier too. A
Hello?
lot of the times these locations will say demon or something, and it doesn't necessarily mean there's a demonic or demonic presence there. It can just be to get a reaction, and that's the same with spirits in general. Like I talked about during our convention, I don't know if I necessarily believe in spirits in the sense of, oh, it's a ghost and it's that individual's spirit. I think a lot of it is energy, and I think the energy will say or present itself however it seems fit, or not present itself, to either get the biggest response or to get you to get the fuck out of there. So it'll say demon if it thinks it's going to get you the fuck out of there. If it thinks like, oh, we're just going to shut the fuck up and be quiet and these people will eventually leave, that's what it's going to do. So it just really depends on what the energy, for whatever reason, I feel like it's raw energy and it personifies itself as demons or people of the past for whatever reason, whether it interacted with a person from the past or interacted with a demon, if that's in your belief system. I just really think it depends on what you believe, what you classify as a demon, because there's negative energy out there. Doesn't mean it's demonic or fell from heaven or came up from hell. It's negative. But a lot of people think, I know we had a gentleman on our podcast, and I have a coworker that thinks that everything we interact with is a demon, and that's because they're really hardcore Christians.
Yeah, that's my parents. That's how they believe.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, everyone has their own belief system, and I think that's a big part of it. It's just what you believe in, and there's no exact science to what we do. So we don't know what we're interacting with, and that's why a lot of us do what we do. And a lot of us also just write demon on YouTube clips and get clicks. So it just really depends on, what you're going for and how you believe in.
Shut up!
There's a demon right now.
I was gonna say, speaking of demons,
I'm gonna mute
might have
this.
just peed a little bit.
Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna let Sean. Sean, you talk. I'm gonna mute this.
that
for a
was
second.
scarier than the acid
That-
reflex.
Oh my God. I don't even have acid reflux right now. I don't know what that noise was. Making
Since
stomach noises. Go ahead,
Jen's
sorry.
muted over there, I must say I lived with a demon.
Yeah, that's
Wait, energy is ancient and carries code of. Yeah. It's definitely I agree saying that it's all energy, but obviously I feel like there's good energy, there's negative energy. It's not necessarily demonic. I think it's just used. That word is used to just describe, like, I mean, I would use it to describe just like a negative energy, just like talking to just like a spirit is, I feel, is like good energy versus demonic, which is negative energy. I feel like it's just words being used to describe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like there's bad people in life, there's bad people in death. I think a lot of the stuff you
Yeah.
deal with is just mean assholes. It doesn't mean they're actually demonic. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
I've actually ever dealt with anything demonic, even with the possession. I don't think that was demonic.
I think out of the four of us, I do believe in demons, but I don't believe that everything's a demon. Like
Yeah,
I am spiritual. I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I have a relationship with God. It's unorthodox, but it, you know, I love God.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
But, you know, I do believe in demons. I just don't, but I'm not like out there. I'm not out there to like banish them all or try to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like one of these crazy people that, you know, I just like, it's kind of like, I don't want to mess with them. I don't want to work with them. You know, I don't want to deal with them. So like, I just am like, I'll leave you be. Like, even when I go in a place that says there's demons, although I don't, you know, buy that half the time, but I'm just like, leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. You know what I mean? Like, kind of just do your thing, leave me be. Because it's a choice. I don't want to work with that kind of being, but that's just a personal choice. But I do believe in them. But like we were saying, my parents, you know, I was raised in Pentecostal church. My mom did deliverance, which is like exorcism and things like that. So, I mean, I was raised a certain way. I'm not as fanatical with my beliefs as they are. And actually my mom's kind of, I don't know, come around a little bit. I mean, she still believes the way she believes. My dad, if you ask him, everything's a demon. But my mom, like, cause I'm like, you don't think like, yeah, pretty much. But hold on, let me put that up.
That's what they call me too.
Yeah, the
worm dancer.
Yeah, inchworm dancer.
The Pentecostal church is no joke. Like, they're a little bit, you know, too fanatical for me. But yeah, you know, basically, like, you know, my mom's come around because I've been like, I had like and I still have my bedroom now. It used to be in the dining room, which is funny because I had like an altar with people that passed away, their pictures up, and I leave water, and I've left little cookies before and things like that. And my mom would be like, you know, and I'm like, well, you don't think that your loved ones can check on you? Like, you don't, you know, like my animals have been in the dining room at the time and just stared at that, you know, like they're seeing something. And like, I definitely have felt things in my house before. But I've always felt like it was family just coming to visit. You know what I mean? Like,
you got Sean doing the Estes method again.
I was trying to channel somebody right there.
You get anything, Sean? I know. I keep my loved ones on my altar too. I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think just believing in however you want to believe is.
Well, you know, and she admitted too, she said, yeah, that because it used to be like, oh, you know, if you're either in heaven or hell and that's it, you can't leave. But then she was like, well, actually, I think my who was it? Somebody that died, another loved one that passed away already. Supposedly, they said they saw them, like they came with God or the angels or whatever to get them, to take them. So I'm like, well, obviously, then they can leave and come get you. You know what I mean? So why can't they just check in on you and just, you know? Yeah. Like, that's why, like, during, like on Halloween, I like to do the dumb supper or whatever. And it's like where you're silent.
What is it?
It's called a dumb supper.
Is that like the dinner?
Not
for schmucks or what?
No, no, you know.
Yeah, she watches that on Halloween.
No, you know, like they'll say dumb, like that's an old timey word for people that can't like speak, like a mute. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
So you like set the table for your loved ones. Like you make a meal. Hold on, I don't know if you can see this. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Freighter.
But, you know, like I'll set a place for my loved ones and I will set food out for them and everything. And then you're supposed to sit completely silent and like the candle, and that invites them to come, have a meal with you, and then afterwards you're supposed to, just carry on. So, I definitely believe that, and even like I don't know if she minds me talking about this, Corey, but the night before your Sita passed away, we came and I lit a candle, and I prayed, and we all prayed together, and I asked for her loved ones to come and get her when it was time, and she passed.
And they did.
Yeah, and she passed.
They did. Yeah, she actually saw her husband that night, or like the night before. It was very soon before her death that she had some people come visit her.
Yeah, it was.
I think is amazing.
That's a very special like memory for me that like I got to do that and like with you guys, and
I know, mine too. Just like holding vigil and like all of us. It was me and like my closest girlfriends that like all knew my grandma and loved her, and we just like we're all around her bed and praying, and then I forget what we were singing. We started like singing and dancing and being silly, and it was just it was a good last night with my grandma.
And it was all women. I think it was all women.
I think we were singing like "We Are Family" or something. We were singing something?
Yeah. It was.
Aw,
nice.
I'm gonna cry. Yeah, it was a good time.
Change the topic.
But change the subject for the last 2.5 minutes.
I know it went from demons. It went from demons to that. But
all right, let's go back to
demons to my dead grandma.
All right. So with that, do you guys want to plug anything before we go?
Yeah. What do you guys have coming up? Any adventures here soon?
We got the mine next weekend.
That's right. On Sunday, right?
Saturday
and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
Saturday we have a table and pictures with Bumpy and merch and stuff and that, and then Sunday we're acting.
Nice.
What up?
Hello.
I'm
we
gonna be
got
there.
new members too.
Yes, they got
Ken
new members.
Yeah, Ken and Sue.
Who already got hit on, I guess, because they.
Oh yeah. They're bringing that sex appeal, baby.
We actually have a photo shoot, Corey and I, with Sue on Sunday. The three of us, we're going to be doing a sexy photo shoot.
Spooky, yeah, sexy, spooky photo
Not
shoot.
Not sexy in like OnlyFans way.
Well,
just like,
me, Mikey, and Ken have a nude photo shoot coming up.
Yeah.
Whatever floats.
They're just trying to be like us.
It's the Halloween snake dance, baby.
Are you guys going to be ghosts, but instead of the eyes cut out, it's just down below?
You barely see anything.
But yeah, if you go to the mine, definitely go Sunday because that's when I'll be there. I won't be there Saturday, so go on Sunday. No, go on both days. Actually, support the mine. It's a really cool place. They filmed My Bloody Valentine 3D there, and Bob is fantastic, who runs it. So definitely go out and support the mine. Support Bump. Again, new sexy members.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
And we have a show on the 2nd of November.
Bye, Phil.
But that's not a public now, right? That you guys are just going to investigate. Yeah,
And then Sean, when are you dropping that trailer, boy?
Saturday night.
Saturday night. We're dropping
Saturday.
the trailer for the Masonic Temple.
Yeah.
Investigation.
I did not. I was there.
Jen shows
Things
up
to be
and
done by the
like,
end of the year.
Well, I gotta go.
I showed up and then I'm like, I'm done. I felt like shit there. Like I did not like it. I did not enjoy that. Like, no offense to the. It's nothing to do with the people there. They're great. They're very nice guys. I don't know if it was the spirits. Like, get this fucking bitch out of here. We don't like women. Especially
they let cats stay though.
Yeah, well,
I mean, they were
a bitch.
picking on Carly though in that public that I was just on.
Oh, okay.
We did that thing for the vendors during the convention, and anytime Carly was speaking during the Estes, they were all telling her to shut up and that's enough. And 3 different people in the different parts of the room, like they didn't like her talking.
Yeah, they were talking shit to Kat a little bit too.
They should unleash. Maybe Corey, maybe we should go there and unleash ourselves there because we are.
Want to?
we're not the type of women that they're gonna want to deal with.
What does that entail? Unleashing yourselves?
We'll just have to wait and see. Unleash the beasts.
There you go. But no, we did get some really crazy stuff during the investigation, so we're pretty excited. For once, it's not just my shitty stationary cameras like sitting there, and
he's talking to me. He said, "I love the northern lights behind you."
All I saw was the behind you, and I'm like, what? Do you see what you see, Teresa?
He's peeking through the window right now.
But yeah, so that's cool. So
we had something cool at the public the other day too, or whatever, when we were there. The one girl was investigating, and she turned her camera, and the door was closed, and then when she moved back over, the door was wide open. She was staying in the same spot in the room, just panning the room.
That's
yeah,
cool.
that was in one of the throne rooms, right?
Harry Potter temple.
Where was that at?
At the Masonic temple.
Oh.
Harry Potter
Johnson.
room. The one looks like
Yeah, there's the Egypt room and the Harry Potter room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really cool building. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't feeling it personally that night, but
Talking about that, actually, we're supposed to do a thing next year where we're supposed to be going to 3 different Masonic temples, one in Canada, one in Detroit, and then one in Indiana. So it's gonna be like a series that we're gonna do.
Oh, someone's dinging.
That's cool.
it's Philly messaging
It's Phil.
Coco and I.
So
We have a
Big Philly
group
a little group chat.
with
Our
him and-
thruple.
Get it?
Well, no, because Troy's in it
Oh
too.
yeah, because Troy's in there. I don't know the word for a 4-person.
Quadruple. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it's a quadruple.
Seems logical. Seems logical. Seems like it's either a
works.
dog or some kind of numeric thing, so it works.
All right. Well, I don't know. Do I have anything coming up? No. But I do have a podcast with Coco coming up on the 24th. We have
Actually,
oh, what now?
me and Ken are starting a podcast back up.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We just filmed on Monday. We filmed our intro downtown, me, him, and Randall. So that should be coming back out soon, hopefully.
Very cool.
Very
Is
cool.
there any nudity in the intro?
That's all it is.
Fuck yeah. I'll definitely watch that.
It's just helicopter dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Ken are down on the Clemente Bridge helicopter into the.
Hell yeah. Them little mini copters.
While they're swinging the terrible towel, they're like,
Yeah.
We tied the terrible towel to it.
Nice.
So it's pretty much all terrible towel and no helicopter wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 24th we'll be back again. Normal or same time. Not same time, sorry, normal time.
Normal
What
time.
What's the normal
7
time?
o'clock.
Yeah,
Not
7
Mikey
o'clock.
I thought it was 6. Maybe
No,
it's 7. No, it's 7, you're right.
it's 7.
I really
I
fucked
know.
you guys all up.
You
didn't
did.
Eastern Pacific time, I think.
Yes, it's
Eastern
gonna be
Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. It's an Eastern Pacific. That's like 2 time zones in one. I did
So-
not pay attention in school.
Daylight saving.
Or life.
All right, so it will be Brooke from Wildwood, the owner, one of our good friends that we're
Hey,
hosting.
Brookie.
We're hosting
Look at
an
that.
awesome. what the hell's
Yeah.
that? Yes,
Yeah.
Represent.
we're actually
Did
doing.
you just have that in
I'll
your
have to wear
ass or
mine.
something?
I've been playing with both of these bracelets the whole time.
That's a cock ring. Okay. Get it
His
right,
cock
Mikey?
ain't that big. Come on.
You gotta just wrap it a few times. It's fine.
So it'll be Brooke and then Brandon Johnson, the ghost guy. He does all kinds of stuff. He's with what company is that? Haunted
Stuff.
I don't know. I can't.
I don't know
Brandon.
him.
I'll look it up. He's great. The ghost guy, Brandon, on I think Instagram and TikTok. He's got a pretty good presence on there. He's very funny. So they will be our hosts, and yeah, that's about all I have right now.
Good time.
I got to pee real bad.
Does your song
I'm
play
tired.
again?
Well, no, some other little.
Don't
video
encourage
clips.
that, Mikey.
If you want to dance, I know. We got. You know what? I got a new DJI, like this freaking awesome camera, that I was using in Tennessee when I was down there. So like this weekend, we should film some like video to go with our song.
Fuck
Yeah, we should.
Get it.
I was actually thinking that whenever it was playing, and I was over here dancing.
Oh, did you sell the
Uh-oh.
drone?
Oh my God, you scared the shit out of me, Penny. Oh my God, I didn't even know she went upstairs. Whew.
Jen, did you sell
But
the
yeah, I was
drone?
thinking that. What?
Yes, I did sell the drone.
Oh, okay, because Randall was going to buy it off you, I think.
Yeah, I sold it to Dawn, and she's actually friends with Christopher. Her husband's going to use it for something or another, so I did
He
sell
was
it.
talking about when we filmed that shit with Ken the other day. He was like, "Oh, I'm looking, I want to get a drone." I was like, "Jen was selling one." But
Yeah, nope, it's gone because I needed to pay for my DJI. It's like I remember what the hell it's called. Osmo, maybe, I don't know. It's cool though. It looks like a GoPro, but it's bigger and it's way better. And it was pricey, and it's got it's the quality is fucking awesome. So I'm very excited. Irish.
There you go.
what's the
All right.
Irish sign?
I don't know.
I just like eat potatoes and shit, you know.
And
That's what we do.
drink beer. I don't.
Yeah.
All right,
Tequila.
so isn't that Mexico?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Isn't that Mexico?
All right. Well, thank you, fellas, for coming on. Shut
Yeah.
up and stop growling.
Thank yins.
Yeah,
Dog is
thank
so
you.
annoying. The dog's fed up. She's like, I'm done. All right. I'm gonna play the outro. See us on the 24th.
Thanks, guys. See you next
Say it late.
time. Bye.
Yeah. Coco and Jenn, they're on the mic, talking about ghosts, keeping it tight. Mothman sightings in the night, crime and scares, they bring the fright. Sassy and hot, they're on fire. Every story, they lift you higher. Opinions strong, don't ever tire.
I love the video clips from that. I'm like,
Was that just the same?
the background.
Guys, I don't know what I'm doing.
That was the same song. I was like,
I know. I saw you.
was it
jam
supposed
at
to
the
be a
bottom.
different song?
No, I mean, I think like it had like I think it had like them coming up. I didn't update it, guys. I only
I
prepared.
think we're still live, right?
We are.
We are.
I just let it run. I just let it run.
We're gonna go for another hour. You guys up for it?
I mean, as long as my kid sleeps, let's get it.
Hold on.
You're right. I'll be
All right.
asleep on the couch here.
Love you too, Ken.
Love you too,
All right.
Jen. All right,
Oh.
guys. I'm not gonna be on here for another hour. I'm about to piss my
No.
pants.
Yeah.
Piss
All
on
right.
camera.
I'm ready for bed.
Okay,
Piss
I'm
on
gonna.
camera. You want views, Jen? Pee on camera.
That's not quite the demographic that I'm. Well, maybe.
That's the demographic I'm going for. Let's get it.
All right, I'm ending the stream. Bye.
With your
Okay.
piss stream.
Yeah.
With a piss. Bye.